Are you planning a trip but don't know where to book your stay? Hotels, apartments, resorts, or even unique homes. Booking.com has become one of the go-to platforms for travelers around the world. But is it really worth using, and how you can get the best deals from it? In this video, we will take a closer look at Booking.com, how it works, its key features, and smart tips to help you save money and book with confidence. Let's get started. After signing in for Booking.com, you will land to this interface where you will be able to choose among many options. For example, here we can choose the stays, where you can book your apartment or your hotel or your villa or whatever you want to stay in. You can choose based on specific preference from this bar, where I will choose the place where I want to visit. Let's say I want to visit New York. And you also need to choose the check-in date and check-out date based on your appointments. So if, for example, you are going to take a vacation at the mid-February to the end of the month, you can choose the dates from there. Now you will be able to choose how many person is going to go with you, whether it's just you or you have any other people with you in your trip. So let's say that you are traveling with your family, so there are 2 adults and 1 children. And now you also need to specify the children age, so let's say 5 years for example. Then you need to specify how many rooms you want. So if you want just 1 room for the whole family, you can just pick it as 1. And you can also specify whether you are going to travel with a pet or not. And once you are done with these preferences, you can click on done and click on search to find results. Now you have many options that you can choose from. We have 417 different properties. So if you want to limit them down based on other preferences, like for example your budget and other properties, you can do it from this left menu. So let's say that you want something that is not so expensive, so I'm going to limit this search to up to 20,000 Egyptian pounds or 25,000 Egyptian pounds, which is equivalent to $500 per night. Then you can also apply other filters, like if you want to just reserve without a prepayment, or if you want free cancellation policy because your schedule is not fixed and you may have to cancel your trip at any time. You can also choose whether you want only 5-star hotels or something. So these are popular filters that people use, that people most commonly try to select while searching for a specific hotel or a specific stay. You can also choose the type of facility you want to have in your accommodation. So for example, if you want to have a spa as a mandatory option, you can just choose or check this up. And you will notice next to each facility the number of options that you will have. So in the spa and wellness center, you can find that only 4 properties are found. So if I cancelled this again, you will find that you return back to the 343 properties. So next to each of these facilities, you will find the total number of the search results that will be left once this selection is applied. You can also choose the room facilities. So for example, if you want something with private bathroom, you can choose it because it's a matter of hygiene for some people. You can also choose the activities that are included in this accommodation, which is found in the fun things to do section. You can also choose the property type. So if you are just searching for homes and apartments, you can check this up. And you can also check more than 1 option in case you want to keep your options open. You can also specify the number of bedrooms and number of bathrooms. You can specify the review score. So the higher the review score, the better is the trip. So you can find that the suburb, which is the highest reviews, which is 9+ reviews, are only 10 results, which are the top 10. And this is an important filter option to consider. You can also find the neighborhood at which the stay exists. also the property rating. So you may wonder what is the difference between a property rating and the review score here. So basically the review score identifies the score that is given by guests, while the property rating is a rating which is given to hotels and other accommodation types based on local authorities and tourism authorities. So it's basically like a grade or like a rating that is professionally given to this place, while the review score is only given by guests who had experience in this place. Next is the bed preference. So if you want specific bed preference, you can choose it from here. Then the travel group, whether pets are allowed and whether family friendly properties are allowed. You can also find the distance from the center of New York. This is in case you have like some errands to run in New York itself, or whether you want to visit some places in New York and you want to stay close to it. You can choose it from this place or from the selection. You also can include specific meals, whether they are included in your trip or not. So you can choose whether the breakfast is included or not, because it depends on your budget. If you want, some people want like this price to be fully inclusive to everything in their meals, and others just don't care about it. So it's a matter of preference as well. You can also choose the reservation policy. So as we said before, if you prefer free cancellation because your schedule is not fixed and you may have to cancel at any time, you have a free cancellation policy in here. You also can find different brands from the section. Landmarks, if you are a tourist who is interested in visiting landmarks in the place that you are visiting and you're not just going to New York for a business need, but you want to visit specific landmarks, you can choose it from here based on what you want to visit exactly. You can also check this highly rated features like very good breakfast, for example, certifications, online payment. So of course not all people want to want to have struggles in paying. So online payment gives you like an easier way so that you can just book your trip without having to go to a specific tourism agency or something, and you will not have to like take a free day from your a day off from your work so that you can visit a specific tourism agency to book your tickets. So online payment is basically easier. So if you want an easy payment, you can choose this option. You can also choose property accessibility based on some options, like for example toilet with grab rails and some other options. You can also choose room accessibility from here. So each one of these options you select will narrow down the search results and will give you like a more in-depth experience to what you are searching for, but will limit your options. So instead of having like plus 300 or plus 200 search results, you will have like half this number or even less, but you will have them more specific and more in-depth and more on target to what you are searching for. So now let's check these search results based on the filtration options that we chose before. You can see that we have many options in here, and at each option you can see the title. You can also see the number of stores, which again is given by like local authorities or tourist agencies. You can also see tags in here describing this property. So this one has taken the tag of genius, which gives you like 10% discount to the price before taxes and charges. You can also see the review, which is given by guests, and the number of reviews. So the higher this review, the better this candidate, and the higher the number of reviews, the more popular it is. You can also see that it's recommended to me based on my profile. You can see the number of nights that it offers, the number of adults, and the number of children that is available and that's allowed by this room or this accommodation. You can also see that it offers free cancellation and no prepayment needed, which makes it easier for you to cancel if you have non-fixed schedule in your work. You can also see that it contains double room with 2 double beds, and it doesn't have tolerance to smoking inside the room. And you can also see the price before and after discount. So it was like for 126,000 Egyptian pounds, which is equivalent to almost 2.5k dollars, and this is not per day, it's actually per 13 nights in here. So this is like a package or something for your vacation, and it shows this since we already chose the check-in date as 15 February and the checkout as 28 February. So it depends on your selection as well. So if you didn't like this option, you can see other options, or you can just choose from this left menu more filtration methods so that you can get more in-depth or more on target stays or accommodations. So if you don't like this because it doesn't have the best rating, you can go to the review score, which I think is one of the most important options in here to choose. I'm going to select this one. Then I'm going to cancel the limit on price and the private bathroom option. I'm just going to leave this tag so that I can get the best results or the best out of the best. And now you can see that all these search results get like 9+, which makes them the best candidates. Now if you want something with a high quality but at the same time you want the cheapest result because you are low on a specific budget, you can simply go to this sort option, then choose price lowest first. With this selection, you can see that we have filtered out of 97% of places of stay out of our search results, which means that we only searching for 3% of what booking.com offers. And you can also see that the first option here is exceptional. It takes like 10 out of 10, which is remarkable, and you can also see that it's cheaper than what we searched before. This is equivalent to less than $2,000 per 13 nights, which makes it like about $150 per night. So you can see that this stay is called Cozy Central Units in prime location, and it's in Chinatown, and it's 5.9 kilometers from Central Metro Access, so it's not far from the Metro Access, which makes it like a good location so that you can visit any place in New York using the metro. You can also find that it gives you like free airport taxi, which will get you from the airport to this stay. You can see that it offers 2-bedroom apartment, so this is not a hotel, it's an apartment with 2 bedrooms. You can also see the price, the number of adults and children that it offers, and you can see that it's about 45 meter squares, and it offers like 23,850 taxes and charges extra to this cost. So if you are satisfied with this place, you can click on see availability so that you can know when it will be available and whether it's going to be available before or after the date that you chose. And once you clicked on it, you will be able to access more photos. So if I clicked on this one, for example, I will be able to see how it looks like from the inside using all these images, and it looks like a cozy place indeed. You can also see the location on the map. You can see all the features that it offers, and you can see that unfortunately it's non-refundable. So if you paid online or if you reserved the date at which you want to take this stay, you will not be able to refund your payment if you changed your plans. You can also see more information about the property. You can see that it offers free Wi-Fi and its availability in here. You can see the guest reviews and in more details what they are saying about this place. So here you can see the surroundings around this apartment so that you can know how or what will be easy for you to access from this apartment. You can see the features and most importantly the rules, because it's going to be a bad experience for you if you broke some of these rules, and you'll have to get like a fee, an extra fee, because you broke some rules, or even getting like a bad review on booking.com, or being banned because you just broke some of these rules. And if you are satisfied with this apartment, you can click on reserve your apartment stay, where you will be able to choose the apartment number, which is only this one, and you can choose I will reserve from here. Then you will have to fill in your data, like your name, your last name, your email address, and your phone number, then any special request. And by going to final details, you will be able to just make sure all about your data is correctly placed, and you will be able to proceed to a gateway so that you can make the transaction to pay this price and reserve successfully. You can also use this We Price Match option, which gives you like a refund of the difference between this offer and if you found the same place on another website with lower or cheaper price. You can ask for a refund for the difference between the prices between booking.com and the other website, on the condition that you prove that you found this offer on another website using a screenshot or any type of proof. And you can also find the conditions based on which they will give you this refund, or based on which they won't give you this refund. So this is basically how you can get a specific stay on booking.com. But after reserving your stay, of course, you will need to reserve booking or flight tickets so that you can go to this country in the first place. And this is when it comes to the flights option on the top. When you want to reserve a flight ticket, you just need to choose whether it's one way or round trip, or even multi-city, in case you are going to go to more than one location or one destination at the same trip. So I'm going to choose from Cairo, for example, to New York, as we reserved our accommodation. Then I'm going to choose the same departure date that I reserved the apartment. Then I'm going to choose this date. Then I'm going to choose the number of travelers as 2 adults and 1 child, as we also reserved in our stay option. Then you will have to choose the class itself, whether you want economy or business or first class. So if you want something which is budget friendly, you will have to choose economy or premium economy. Otherwise, you can choose something luxurious if you are searching for your comfort first, like business or first. So I'm going to just choose premium economy here, and click on search to find the options that are presented. So you can find all these options that you can choose from from different companies or different flight companies. You can also do like a quick filtration based on your preference. So if you want something budget friendly, you can choose the cheapest. If your preference is to get there as quick as possible and as more comfortable as possible, you can choose the quickest. And you can see that this price is almost double this price. And you can also choose the best option, which offers a compromise between the quickest flight and the cheapest flight. So it's still not the most expensive and not the slowest. It has also a reasonable number of stops. So this one, if you want to compromise between the quickest and the cheapest. You can also apply any filters based on this left column, and you can see that based on what we chose, based on the destination and the appointment, that we only have 454 flights out of almost 2,000 flights. So basically you can now choose the stops. If you want something quick, you will have to choose only non-stop, and it's, as you can see, more expensive. Otherwise you can choose 1 or 2 stops. So if we clicked on this 2+ stops, you will find that it's more expensive than only 1 stop, which is non-reasonable. So I'm going to cancel this option to just eliminate the bad selection or bad choices. So I have now non-stop, which is expensive, and only 1 stop, which is less expensive. So both have like a privilege to be chosen based on. You can also choose the number of bags that you have, so that you won't have to pay extra money for the number of baggage that you have. So for example, if you have like 3 bags and you chose one of the flights which only permit 2 bags, you will pay for this extra bag, and by paying for this extra bag you may find yourself paying a close price or a close money to another flight which could have given you like better features. So you have to make sure that this flight is going to be friendly to the number of baggage that you have. Otherwise you will have to pay for the extra baggage. So it mainly differs based on the company or the airline that is going to be used. So for example, if you are going with Air France, it can give you like 3 bags for free. Otherwise, if you are going to use like something like Egyptian Air, for example, you will find that you only have 2 bags limit. So make sure to check this point, because the difference in the baggage or the money that you may spend because you have more bags than the permitted number of free bags, you will find yourself paying a cost which is close to what you could have paid for another airline with more features and more privileges. Next, you can choose based on the times of the takeoff or landing, also from the location or to the destination. You can choose specific airlines from here. You can choose also airports. You can choose the duration of the flight, the layover, and you can find also more options like the price, if you want cheap or expensive price, the layover airports, the cabin, the flight quality. And from the flight quality you can choose like some features like Wi-Fi flights only and others. You can choose aircraft, and finally you can choose the booking sites. So let's choose based on the best, since it's a compromise between the cheapest and quickest. Then I'm going to choose this sort option to find if something of interest is going to be there. So I think there is no need for this sorting for me, and by going to search for these ones you can find that the 2 first flights got the hashtag best and the other one got the cheapest. So you can search or compare between them to find if the differences is not major for you, so that you can choose the cheapest, or the differences are major, so you can choose the best one. So you can see from the quick review of both travels or both tickets that this one is non-stop while this one has 1 stop, and this ticket is this flight is almost like 5 hours I think 6 hours more than this one, but this ticket is going to cost like £50,000 per person. So if we are going to talk about like 3 people, then we are talking about £150,000, which is equivalent to almost $3,000. So I believe it's not worth it, so I'm going to go to the cheapest and choose select, which is offered by Air France. And now you can see the features of this ticket. So it's going to give you like 2 options: the premium standard and the premium flex. So the premium standard is going to give you, are going to give you the same number of bags. We have 1 carry-on bag and 2 checked bags, but in the premium you can choose the seat selection, but here you don't have the option to choose your seat. So I'm going to choose the cheapest one. Then you can click on book so that you can book your flight. You can also find all what is what is about this flight. You can see the amount of time, the number of travelers. You can see the features of this flight. Then you are going to have a transit in Paris, which is a long layover. Then after some time you will be able to go to your final destination, which is New York. And now you can see the duration of each one of these stops and each one of these steps. And if you're satisfied, you can go to book so that you can finish your transactions. And now we are going to be transferred to Air France itself so that you can book directly from them. So booking is acting like an intermediate between both of you. So now you can see the start of your trip and its end, and you can see more than 1 package. So we selected this commercial package. You can also choose to check trip details and fare conditions as we did in booking, but in more details. And you can see the total price for the 3 passengers. And once you are satisfied, you can head to continue to passenger details. So now you can head on and just insert all the information in the passenger details. Since we chose 3 passengers including a child, you can head to fill the information, and once you are done you can insert your contact details and head to transaction. And by this way you have finished your reservation of your own stay as well as your own flight ticket. So moving on to the next stage, you can also choose car rental so that you will be able to have a car in the place at which you are going to travel instead of using transportation means, which is more exhausting and may cause you not to be very satisfied with your trip. So I'm going to choose New York since this is the place I'm going to book my flight to. Then the same pickup date as I chose my trip, which is 15 February. The time, I don't really remember the timing at which the airplane would have arrived in it, but you need to choose this time as the same time at which you are going to reach the airport of your destination, of course, not your location. And the same also applies when it comes to the drop-off date and the timing. You need to choose the timing at which your airplane is going to arrive. So I'm going to choose the same day, and I'm going to just leave the time as this, but make sure to change it to the time of your trip start and trip end. Now you need to choose whether you want to drop car off at a different location or not, and whether the driver aged between 30 and 65. Then I'm going to click on search and find the options that is available on booking.com. So these are the top companies that we can use to rent cars, and they also offer the best deals based on booking.com. Again, you can find many filters that you can apply to your results. We have 746 cars. You can narrow them down based on your criteria, so you can choose the location, the transmission, the supplier, the mileage, any extra features, the car category, and the price per day. Also, you can choose the number of seats. Since we are talking about 2 adults and the children, you don't need something more than 4 seats, but I'm going to leave it open, and I'm going to choose the review score as superb to get the best results. When to pay, car specs, deposit required, and fuel policy. So I'm going now to sort them based on price lowest first, as I did in the stay. You can also choose the type of car, whether it's medium, small, large, or electric car, and so on and so forth. So now we have these cars. You can see its type, the number of seats, whether it's manual or automatic, the bag, and the mileage, whether there is limitation on mileage or not. So in 13 days you can find that we have this first car, which is Nissan Versa, and it's offered for 27,000 Egyptian pounds, which is equivalent to almost $500 for the 13 days. So if you are interested in this deal, since it has like high review, you can head to important info to check more information, or you can just click on view deal. Now you can find the pickup and drop off date and place, and the rating. You can also hover your mouse on it so that you can get more information about the rating breakdown, like what's the rating when it comes to the value for money, the drop of speed, and other criteria. Then you can also see what it's great about this car and what is included in the price. You can also check some information like what to bring with you, refundable deposit, and the policy of arriving on time. And if you are satisfied, you can go to continue to book, and now you will be able to find whether you want extra protection or not in your baggage for almost $100. And if you are satisfied, you can head to go to book without or with extra protection based on your preference. And here you can see the breakdown, and we have also Genius discount in here. You just need to insert your information, the billing address, and how you will be able to pay, and the transaction information. And once you are done, you will have done the third category in your trips. So you have now your stay, you have your flight ticket, and you have your car rental available, so that you will not have to search for a taxi or having to take transportation when you reach your destination. We also have now the attractions, which are sites or benchmarks or places that you may be interested in visiting in specific countries. Once you choose this option, you will find all the destinations that are nearby to your location. However, since I'm interested in my trip to New York, I'm going to search on New York here. Then I'm going to choose the date as 15 February. Then click on search. Again, we can apply some filters based on this menu on the left, so you can choose the exact location in New York. You can also choose the category of the visit or the landmark. You can choose the top sites, the deals, discounts, free cancellation, skip the line. You can also choose based on the review score, so I'm going to choose 4 and up, or maybe 4.5 and up, because this is going to be even better. I'm going to leave time of the day blank and the languages as blank. Then I'm going to choose lowest price. Now you can see that there is Broadway, a self-guided audio tour of the world's iconic theater district. So this will cost about £230, which is equivalent to almost $5. And you can see the duration and the reviews. So if I clicked on this one to see more about this event, you can now see images of the Broadway theater. You can see the duration, the description, you can see what is included and what is not, and you can see all the informations related to the event, even the location on the maps, and you can head away to your final booking using this next. I'm going to choose the adult as 2 and click on next. Then you can fill all the data that is related to your account, and you will only have to pay only $10 or even less to attend this event. Next is airport taxis, and this is pretty much like car rental. However, it's just specialized to pick you up from airport to a specific destination without having the freedom to rent a car. So this is basically how you can use booking.com to plan your trip from A to Z, starting from where you are going to stay, moving to the flight that you are going to take to travel to the country of interest, and moving on to the car rental and the airport taxis that will help you to transport from one place to another, eventually going to the attractions at which are the places that you may be interested in visiting while being at this country. You can also adjust your profile from this top menu, where you can change the currency from here. You can also change the language, and you can access your profile, where you will be able to insert what is related to your transactions and your payment and information about your own profile. And the more information you give to booking.com, the more it will relate you to trips and events that may be of interest to you. Another powerful competitor to booking.com is TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is pretty much the same as booking.com, with some more features and some less features that we are going to explore in this tutorial as well. So here you can search for anything you want, like anything. You don't have to search for just hotels or just car rentals or just activities. You can just write anything and it will try to match it with whatever the category is. So basically we have here hotels as well. So I'm going to open booking.com again, and I'm going to check the best reviews, or the best reviewed and lowest or cheapest option with what we found on booking.com. So basically when we searched for stays in New York, I'm going also to search for New York here, then choose hotels, and here was this result that we chose before. And I'm also going to change the currency to be American dollars, so that we can compare easier between both destinations. Then I'm going to refresh this page to get me the result in United States dollars. And for easier comparison, I'm going also to change this to 0 children and only 1 adult. And the final thing is that I'm going to change this to be only 1 night. From 15 to 16. Moving back to TripAdvisor and checking hotels in New York, you can see that it categorizes them based on specific categories like the top choices. You can also see the all-inclusive resorts, the top destinations. So I'm going to choose any of these, then I'm going to change it once I'm in. So after going there, I'm going to choose one of these results. However, you can find that we don't have in filter results anything but just the type of activity. So there is no inside filter to hotels, which make booking.com an easier navigation website because it gives you exactly what you are searching for. However, TripAdvisor is harder to navigate through because it just gives you a bunch of hotels and you just need to navigate manually across them. So if I'm going to search for some of these hotels, I want to find something which is less expensive than this apartment, for example. So basically, in this apartment you will find that there is a problem, which is we need at least 5+ nights to stay because it's not booked per night. So I'm going to choose my destination as let's say 20 or 15 to 20. Well, actually I'm going to choose something different because this one only has one review and also it's an apartment, so it will not be sensible to compare it with a hotel. So I'm going to choose Holiday Inn Express Manhattan Midtown West by IHG, which is 7.3. This is not a good rating as well, so I'm going to again choose my rating as Superb. Then I'm going to choose this is I think this is an apartment as well. This one is a hotel. It has a superb rating. It has good number of reviews. So this one seems good, but I need first to I forgot to sort them based on price, lowest first. Now I'm going to choose the first hotel. So we have Artisan Hotel, which has superb rating from more than 1K reviews. So this is my candidate that I'm going to choose. So I'm going to choose this one to compare it with TripAdvisor. Now going to TripAdvisor, as we said before, you may find it difficult to navigate because it doesn't have sorting as well as it doesn't have any filtration for hotels, but it has just general filtration based on what you are searching for. So I'm going to search for something which is just 4 stores as well as huge number of reviews, which is this first one, New York Hotel and Casino. So now you can see the major difference between TripAdvisor and Booking.com. When you check the prices, you will find that it doesn't give you a fixed price as well as it gives you the price which exists in Booking.com. This means that TripAdvisor is not like Booking.com. It's not going to let you directly book your tickets or book your accommodation in a specific place. However, it's just giving you destinations that you may be interested in, and when you get this destination, it gives you all the prices provided or displayed on different platforms so that you can get the best or the most economic one on the respective platform. So basically they are not competitors, but they are complementary to each other. TripAdvisor is like a guide for you to use different websites that will allow you to book your ticket on. So basically here we have booking.com, we have other two websites, and we also have one website which is better than booking.com when it comes to the price, which is vayo.com. So if I chose this one, for example, you will find that they even have more economic packages when it comes to this hotel, which reaches up to $116 per night. And this is why I exactly wanted to compare between TripAdvisor and Booking.com. Not because they are actually competitors, but because, let's think about it. When I searched for Booking.com, I chose the best rated hotels. Then I just classified them, or I just sorted them from the lowest to highest price. And when I did this step, the cheapest hotel which I got that got superb rating will cost me per night $179. While when I searched on TripAdvisor, I got another hotel which is more expensive than this one, but at the same time it offered it to me in a different platform with a cheaper price. So you can see that this price is now higher because I just enabled this total price. But if I cancel it to show the price before taxes, which is the same price displayed in here, because this one is also without taxes, then it will seem to you that although this hotel, which is highly rated and which is more expensive than this hotel on Booking.com, will be provided in another platform with a cheaper price than this hotel, which means that actually this hotel is more expensive, but you will get it with a cheaper price if you booked your hotel on Booking.com. So basically, my advice to you is not to just head to Booking.com unless you are seeking specific features that it will only be provided by Booking.com. My advice to you is to go to TripAdvisor first and check the prices. And you may find the hotel that you are interested in is actually with a cheaper price. However, since the navigation on TripAdvisor is more difficult, my advice to you is to search for, since the navigation on Booking.com is easier, so my final advice is to use Booking.com for two reasons. The first one, in case you want a specific feature in Booking.com, like reliability, for example, or safety of transactions or whatever. And the second one is to use it for navigation. So it will help you to find a good rated or a highly rated hotel, and at the same time of the cheapest price. Since when I did this I reached this Artisan hotel, I can do the same after I got this result and search for this hotel in particular. So I'm going to search for Artisan hotel. Here we are, and I'm going to check the competitors of Booking.com, and if I found another competitor that offers the same hotel with cheaper price, I'm going to go ahead. So this is the Booking.com deal, and I'm going to check the other platforms. So we have the same hotel for $5 cheaper in vayo.com. So if this is reasonable to you, then you can go ahead and try it. However, if you find that it's a minor difference and you like Booking.com because it's easier to handle, then go ahead and deal with Booking.com. So this is basically good idea, because in some hotels, as we saw in the previous example, there might be large difference between both. As we saw, for example, in here, where we found this hotel for 184, but when we opened the platform itself, we found that there are packages of up to $116 per night. So this makes like let's say 114, almost $70 difference in one ticket or in one night, which is a good difference that you can use. It's almost like 30 or 35% of the whole money that is going to be paid on, or even 40% that is going to be paid on Booking.com. So this is basically my advice. Use Booking.com to search for a specific hotel or specific activity, since it provides powerful features of searching and powerful features of filtration. And once you find the hotel, don't rush it and don't book it with Booking.com, but try to search on it in TripAdvisor for two reasons. The first one is because you are taking a second opinion. where you may find this hotel highly rated on booking.com, but it's not highly rated on TripAdvisor. The second option, the second reason, is because TripAdvisor also offers other platforms that can provide the same reservation in these hotels, but with much cheaper price. So now let's explore the rest of the features in TripAdvisor and leave this comparison aside since we are already done with it. Let's close these booking.com tabs. So basically, as we did, we searched for hotels. You can find also things to do, which are activities and restaurants and cruises. So these things, the three things here that are not presented in booking.com, were presented before as visits, or this option that we saw, the landscapes or the places to go on booking.com. It's only one option in booking.com, but it's distributed into three different options on TripAdvisor. It's divided into activities, restaurants, and cruises. So if I chose, for example, things to do, and again I chose New York, it will give me activities, only activities that I can do which do not involve food or cruises. So you can see even more classification like traveler's choice based on top reviews, family friendly, hidden gems, museums, outdoors, and more. So if I wanted like traveler's choice, since these are the highest rated, you can find that the top destination which is rated by TripAdvisors is Empire State Building, which is 4.5, and it has taken like almost 100k reviews. However, we can find that Central Park has taken higher rating and higher number of reviews. So I think in this list the Central Park is the highest rated. So if I chose it, I can access more information like more pictures, for example. You can find that even some people do their weddings in this place. You can find about the details, the timing at which it's available. You can also find specific activities or experiences in Central Park, like as we saw, carriage tour, guided tours. You can check some walking tours and so on and so forth. You can even take like helicopter tour in here, which I bet is very expensive. So if you chose like this cheapest option, which is Central Park Pedicab guided tour, you can find that it's even the highest rated, and it's what got the highest number of reviews. If we chose reserve, again you will find TripAdvisor guide you to more than an option. So if I clicked on, and of course this is after you check the reviews about this place, because it gives you like an indication of what is good and what is wrong, and all of these you can find the reviews. You can also find the details about this trip, which means the destinations and the stops that you are going to pass by during your activity. And you can see the reviews on the bottom, where you can find that out of 5,700 or more reviews, only 4 rated this as terrible. So you can of course imagine that it was a personal experience and not a generic experience. And you can find all the reviews in here so that you can get more insight of this place. So if I chose to check availability in here, let's choose any date and choose one adult and check availability. You can see that it gives you more than an option. As we said, you have 1 hour private tour, 2 hours private tour, 1.5 hours private tour, and each one has its own customized price. So if I clicked on reserve now, you will find that TripAdvisor is actually going to move you back to contact details and the transaction details, which means that TripAdvisor is actually used to directly book activities, but it's not used to directly book hotels, where it uses other platforms like booking.com and other to link the hotels, or it acts as an intermediate and not as a direct reservation for these hotels. However, when it comes to things to do, it actually book or reserves these activities to you directly without having to link with any other website. We also have restaurants, so this is in case you want to check different cuisines in a specific country. So by choosing New York, you will be able again to choose, let me choose first restaurants, where you will find restaurants in New York, and you will find all these type of restaurants. However, it's not rated, so it's going to be more difficult to choose among them, because you will have to open each restaurant on its own and check the details from the inside. So it gives you like not the easiest navigation at the beginning, but once you do this, you will find that once you choose any of them, you will find that it transfers you to a page which looks exactly like the booking pages when it came to hotels, where it gives you filtration, as well as it gives you the option to sort by specific feature. So if, for example, you want some meal type, you want specific cuisine, you want specific dishes, you want specific awards provided to the restaurant, you want specific price. Let's choose, for example, the rating of 5 stars to get the best restaurants. And you can also categorize based on whether it's open now or not, if you are in a hurry, the dietary restrictions if you are in a specific diet, grade 4 features and neighborhood. So if I chose number 1 here, you will find that it got 106 reviews and it got 4.2. So if I chose it, again you will find all the details and information about it. You can also find the menu so that you can expect how much you are going to pay at this restaurant. You can also see that it offers delivery, and you can see the hours, or the working hours. You can see all the about the information like contact information and website, and you can also access electronic menu from here. You can see the location and all the details and all the reviews related to this restaurant. You can also access cruises from here, where you will be able to find cruising trips. So you need to specify where to the departure month and click on search, and it will get you all the results. So I'm going to search for let's say Caribbean, the departure month, let's say March, then click on search to find all the available cruises on this month. And again you will find all these results. You can sort based on best value, for example, if you are low on budget, and you can filter based on deal type, departing from, cruise length. So if you want it to be long, you can choose up to 15 days. You can also choose the cruise line, the price, the cruise style, the ship, the cabin type, the port, and you can click on more to find more ports that you can reserve from. So basically it doesn't offer like a choice to get the highest rated, so you will have to do your homework on your own, or you can just get to best value and change it to they don't even have highest rated. So basically it can be hard to find the highest rated cruises, because you don't have this type of filtration either on the left or by sorting, so you'll have to search for it manually. But to what I'm seeing, I can find that this one has like 4 out of 5, which is good, and it may be somehow expensive, so we need to find something else. Like this one, also expensive. This one is good enough. It's 7 nights to Eastern Caribbean and it doesn't even cost 1,000 bucks. So this one is good and it has good rating, so this may be something that is worthy to open and check from the inside. So this is basically how you can use both Booking and TripAdvisor to book your ideal and your perfect destination and your perfect trip. So that's it for this video, guys. If you're interested in more tips about how to plan to your own vacation and how to plan to your own next travel, make sure to subscribe to our channel, because this is all what we are talking about. We always update our channel with new content that will help you in your travel